What's up guys, Mickle here, and XRP is currently entering one of the most important time periods we have seen in terms of price action in a very long time. In this video, I want to show you what's going to make or break whether or not we are right around the corner from a massive XRP rip, as well as talk about something that I noticed just today that really explains what I mean when I say the XRP investors are the adults in the room. Guys, I want to show you exactly why, despite the fact there being so many different blockchain technologies out there, I believe XRP is going to be the dominant technology in transforming our financial system. This is something that's super important to understand that I think a lot of people just simply overlook. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who takes the time to like the videos and to subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out so much. Also, if you ever need a place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I want to start this video out and just quickly talk about what I mean when I say we're the adults in the room, because I think this is something that is often overlooked in the XRP community, but it's so important to understand. So for those of you guys who don't know, right now Ethereum Denver is going on right now in Denver, and essentially I was watching some clips breaking down what's going on there, and quite frankly, it's sort of embarrassing. Take a look at this clip because this is going on in Ethereum Denver right now, and I just don't understand how any serious financial institution could look at something like this and think this is where the future of finance is going to be built. So guys, as you can see, they're doing parades with all kinds of weird animals. There's unicorns on stage. There's all these cartoon whales everywhere. And this is just not the type of thing I think of when I think about the future financial system. I don't see BlackRock looking at an event like this and taking it seriously. I don't see Bank of America looking at an event like this and saying, okay, this is where we're going to build our next generation financial products. To me, it just seems like one big retail experiment. There is no doubt there are cool things being built on Ethereum. There is no doubt there are things with a lot of value being built on Ethereum today. But when I see things like this, it just makes me question whether or not these things being built on Ethereum today will ever materialize to real-world products, real-world institutions adopting these technologies to build the next generation financial system. It just doesn't seem like to me there are the professionals in the room driving what is going to compose the next generation financial system. Guys, when you can compare and contrast what's going on at Ethereum Denver to a Ripple swell event, it is night and day. Look at this Ripple swell event. It is people in suits. It is people taking the event seriously. It is people who are dressed like professionals. And it is just such a stark difference to what we see in the other blockchain communities. This is why I talk about us XRP holders being the adults in the room. Because when I think about the next generation financial platform, when I think about the future of finance, it is people like this building that system, not people being paraded around in costumes of unicorns. And I know it doesn't seem like a big deal just talking about the perception, but I really think it is. People are going to take events like this seriously. People are going to go to events like this looking to network with professionals, not some kind of clown charade contest of who could wear the funniest costume. And I just think things like this cannot be understated. Ripple throughout their entire history has gotten so much crap for being professionals. They've been called the banking crypto organization. XRP has been called the banker's coin. But really, this entire time, Ripple has just been acting like professionals, and most of the people in crypto have not understood how critical that is. Most people in crypto embrace this degen personality, this personality that you have to go against all the prior systems. You have to go against the professionals in the room. You need to put forth everything to make it seem like you don't care about anyone else's opinion. You don't care about the regulators. You don't care about the traditional institutions. You just want to put forth your retail experiment and expect everyone to adopt it. That is not the way I see the next generation financial system built. I see blockchain technology being a critical tool in making the new rails for the new system. But I don't expect the value to just come there on its own. I expect the value to come from the traditional players. And in order for the traditional players to bring their value to these new systems, they are going to have to see a professional environment. They are going to have to see people running these different chains and running these companies governing the chains, doing things that they deem as responsible and doing things that look professional so that when they bring over their value and their shareholders start asking questions, they can say, hey, look how responsible this organization organization is. Look how responsible the players working on this ledger are. These are the adults in the room. They are doing the kinds of things that ensure us that when we put our value on these next generation rails, there's not going to be some catastrophic failure. Overall, I don't think this can be understated, and I don't think it's talked about enough. So many people completely overlook that Ripple is building professional connections. They are putting on professional events with people who require this kind of professionalism. It's not charades and parades of unicorns and whales. I don't see that working with the big institutions in the world. And guys, so far, this strategy right here hasn't been the thing to drive instant value. It hasn't been the thing to drive builders overnight. But I think over the long term, this is going to be the strategy that wins, because this is the strategy that really gets all the money over. So far, the big money has been prevented from stepping in the way they have really wanted to, but I think that's going to change in a big way going forward when the big money finally gets the clarity to step in the ways they have intended to for a while now. I think it is obvious where their value is going to go. It's going to go to the organizations and the blockchains that have been doing things in a compliant way, in a way that they want their businesses to be run. I don't think that is going to be done on Ethereum. I think that's going to be done on the XRP ledger and with companies like Ripple. In the grand scheme of things, I think Ethereum is always going to be around, but I think it kind of plays out like the dark net. It's still going to be relevant, but it's not going to be the internet as we know it today. It's going to be a subset of the internet where a lot of experimental, non-regulatory compliant businesses run. Meanwhile, the adults in the room move to the business ready, the institutional ready, the compliant blockchains. I think that's where the XRP ledger is being positioned. I want to move on though and talk about something else very important, and that's where XRP stands right now with the rest of the market. And we need to talk about some more macro level factors before we get into XRP itself, because it helps tell the full story. Right now, we are seeing something in blockchain that we have not seen in a very long time, and that is selling pressure unable to cause dips. Just today, we saw that 600 million Bitcoin were sold onto the market, and that was instantly absorbed by BlackRock. This is something we have never seen before in history, and something that I think is just absolutely critical to understanding why this might be the biggest bull market we have ever seen. Take a look at this graphic. On the left, we see the 600 million Bitcoin being sold, and on the right, we see BlackRock absorbing all 600 million of those Bitcoin. Guys, how are we going to have a real dip if BlackRock is the one eating it up? How are we going to have a real dip if Fidelity is the one buying up the dip? Guys, what we are seeing for the first time is institutions with trillions of dollars under management buying up these dips, and they are not sustainable. In the bear market, when the institutions weren't here, the dips would keep dipping and dipping because there was no one to absorb the sell pressure. But for the first time in history, we are watching the biggest institutions on earth being financially incentivized to buy up the dip, and this is something that is going to be so critical to bringing us a bull market that might be more exponential than anything we have ever seen before. And guys, like I always say on this channel, I do not think this stops at just Bitcoin. If we take a look what XRP is telling us just by looking at the chart, we can see XRP is primed for a breakout. This has been a symmetrical triangle pattern XRP has been stuck in for years now, but guys, we are finally at a critical point where it looks like it could be ready for a massive breakout. Take a look at where XRP sits in relation to the top of this symmetrical triangle. It is pushing right up against this resistance. Guys, we need some kind of catalyst. We need something to send XRP screaming through the top. But what we know is that XRP eventually is going to break out of this thing. Is it going to break up to the upside or downside? That we don't know, but I want to make a quick case for it breaking up to the upside. First of all, we can see that every single time XRP has come to this bottom support, it has bounced right off of it and pushed back to the top. Now it has bounced off the support on the top and came back to the resistance also. So why do I think that eventually we're breaking out to the upside, and why do I think that could be right now? Well, obviously, as I talked about before, we are watching institutions come into this asset class in a really big way. And for the same reasons I told you that institutions are going to be looking a little funny at things like Ethereum because of the circus they put on a daily basis, these institutions are going to gravitate towards chains like the XRP ledger, and they understand the XRP ledger is going to have long-term staying power because it's being positioned in front of the biggest financial institutions on earth to solve real-world problems. These institutions are also going to want to invest in the asset, and I have a feeling financial products built around the XRP ledger are going to be coming in a really big way. These institutions are going to front-run it. Guys, if we zoom out, what we can see is XRP is currently trading below levels it was trading in 2018. What we have seen from the XRP ledger in that time period is a drastic increase in the fundamentals. We now see XRP as regulatory clarity is not a security. We now see that Ripple is working with close to 27 central banks. We are seeing that Ripple is rapidly expanding their business in the United States. We have seen that Ripple is buying massive custody solutions that underpin some of the biggest financial institutions on earth. These are all massive increases to the fundamentals of XRP that are yet to be priced in. If XRP could hit the $2 to $3 mark in 2021 and 2018, there is no question in my mind that XRP at 59 cents, considered where this market is headed, is drastically undervalued. Guys, XRP tends to move sideways for long periods of time, but then make up its lack of price appreciation in a fast and sudden manner. I think we are right around the corner from that happening. Everything I am looking at is telling me that XRP is severely undervalued based on where it should be trading in the market. That's why I think when XRP finally breaks out of this triangle, it is going to be to the upside. It needs to catch up to the things like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yes, it doesn't do that slow grind upward that they do. It does it fast and quick in single candles, but that's what makes me sure that when this thing does break out, it is going to go to the upside. Everything I am looking at confirms that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.